Hi guys! It's been a minute since my last video, but I thought I would make another one today. I've had something on my mind, and so I figured I'd get it out there. One thing that I have heard a lot is that women who are breastfeeding need to eat a lot. And when I, had to tell somebody, because I don't really like to talk about it except for voluntarily on YouTube, about how I eat and what my diet consists of, because what I've noticed is a lot of people get very concerned. They think that, I'm not like paying attention, I don't know what I'm doing and whatnot, which I do. I do my best to do my research, and I pay immense attention to what's going on with my body and how I feel, and so do the backup research, and I listen to the experts, so I do know what I'm doing. Anyways, so what people say is that when you're breastfeeding, you need to eat like every hour, that your body requires so much. And that doesn't make sense to me, because what I see is that, yeah, I need to eat a lot when the food that I'm eating doesn't have enough nutrients to sustain me for that long period of time. But if I can eat, even an ounce of liver, then that's so nutrient dense, it'll put me through for hours, and I'm totally fine. I eat a lot of meat and dairy because it gives me the nutrients that I need, and that's something I pay attention to more so than just the bulk. I don't eat carbs except for what is in dairy and what's in meat, which is very low carb. It's less than 5 grams a day. And, maybe every once in a while I'll have like a scoop of almond butter. But what I've done in the past when I first, gave birth was, I naturally went keto. I didn't want anything. And when I did that, I felt much better. I didn't feel like I had to eat every hour, because prior to that, I don't know if it was just my hormones that was making me go crazy, but I felt like I needed to eat all the time. And when I went keto, that wasn't the case. I would make like a snack for myself. That was a keto snack. It was like almond flour with some stevia in there and cinnamon, and it's like a little eggnog cookie thing, and an egg. And that's what I would snack on. But what I would do, me as a personal being, I tend to overdo things sometimes. I'm definitely guilty of that. So, when I start to overdo it, I just cut it out. I'm like, okay, I just need to take a break from that. Right now, the nuts are making you bloat, and it's very obvious. So, yeah. So, and then I naturally, stopped eating keto, and I naturally went into being a carnivore. And now I eat twice a day. I don't really snack. Maybe like around 6 or 7 o'clock at night, I'll want something small, and I tend to eat, multiple different kinds of meat, whether that be some form of fish like tuna or salmon, or shrimp. I don't really like shrimp that much, but if I got to, I'll eat it. I'll eat liver. I'll eat, chuck roast, ground meat. Switch it up a lot. And then I'll also bring in, yogurt, cheese, the fermented dairies. I actually tried raw milk, and that is so delicious. Unfortunately, it does not work with my body. Around Easter, I did go on a binge of chocolate, and it was definitely not the sugar-free kind. I went crazy. But I kind of wanted to do it to experiment and see how my body reacts with sugar now, because it's been, 6, 7 months. Jacob's 7 months. So it's been about that amount of time that I have had something like that. Because prior to having Jacob, I worked in a bakery. So I had that stuff all the time. And I was like, I couldn't help myself, pregnant lady out to here, just working in the bakery. I'm going to just snack a little bit. But so I tried it and I ate it for about a week. And I had a crazy, crazy reaction. I believe it's a form of eczema. So it flared up around my fingertips, on my palms. It looked like little tiny blisters. My hands were covered in these things. And then it was on my feet. And that was it. And I made that post in a keto page, and everyone started to diagnose me and what they thought it might be, which turned out to be helpful because there was one person out of the 20 plus people who commented and said I had hand, foot, and mouth disease and I'm contagious, and I'm not, by the way. I'm constantly with my boyfriend and my baby, and neither of them got it. Okay? It's not in my mouth. And it wasn't that. Anyways, but one person commented saying it was this eczema. And I thought that was really interesting, so I did my research, and it looked from pictures, you do that whole Google scroll thing. From the pictures, it looked like what I had on my hands. And then I thought back, and in my childhood I would get little bumps also. I'd get like these little itchy beasts, but it was never this bad. And that's the one downside. What I tell people, don't do what I do. Don't. Because one, you really have to know what you're doing. You have to know that you're getting everything that you need, or else you will get sick, like any other diet. You don't get your nutrients. Like, someone could be vegan and do it wonderful and be totally healthy and be fine. But there's another person who's going to do vegan and think, oh, well, all I have to eat is salads. No, you have to get your nutrients from multiple different sources and eat this amount and blah, blah, blah. Anyways. So I lost my place. But so yeah, I note down everything that I do, and I was remembering back, and I remembered the little bumps, and so I had that reaction before. And mind you, I've had reactions since I was a child. I had the celiac line through my teeth, which I'll be getting genetic testing to see if I have celiacs, because I think the only way to test, not the only way, but there's a few ways. The main way to test if you have celiacs, because what they do, they make you eat bread for about 6 weeks. So they have the gluten, and then they measure the amount of antibodies in your system. And if I ate bread for 6 weeks, I'd probably be dead. So I'm not doing that. I'm going to do some genetic testing. But I had the line through my teeth. Every time I ate fruit or vegetables, my mouth would blow up, my lips would have an allergic reaction, and my mouth would just itch like crazy, like unbelievable. And it took me years and years and years to be able to eat those foods again. And now I'm back to this place where, one, I don't want to eat them, but two, I kind of can't. So I don't recommend this. I would love everyone to do the best for their body and try to be as healthy as they can. But you don't have to go on a carnivore diet to do so. Yeah. And, unless, you're having some serious autoimmune issues. But yeah, so since I've been carnivore, I don't get snackish. I eat twice a day. I'm full. Might have a little something at night. I drink plenty of water. The only thing that I have that is not an animal product is my coffee, because I'm a coffee drinker and I gotta get it. But I also do the bulletproof coffee where I blend it with butter And it is delicious. But anyways, yeah. So if you struggle with feeling like you need to eat all the time and you're breastfeeding, my advice to you would be to look at what you're eating, eat as nutrient dense as possible, so that way you don't have to eat as much, you don't have that weight gain from it. You know, a handful of nuts is like all you need, but a handful of nuts isn't going to fill you up. So, you know, find what works for your body and do the best for you, but don't feel like you need to eat all the time, and don't shame yourself if you feel that way, because, you know, your body's going through a lot, and so it's up to you to just support your body so you can support your baby. Anyways, yeah, that's my video for today, and thanks for listening. If you have any questions or comments, comment below and I will be happy to answer or make another video. If you need any references, I can post those as well. I'm not going to take that time unless you ask for it though. So anyways, have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you later.